All right, everybody. We are back at it again. I am sorry. I've been a little under the weather lately. I just dad flu. It's been crazy. So, today we're going to be doing something amazing. Something that's been needed for quite some time, and with me not feeling the greatest, I've been able to work in a creative test world. Specifically with the seed that's going on here. Now, we still don't really know, as a community here on the Craftiverse server, that what is really going to be happening in this area, if we're going to do like some cool terraforming stuff, or if it's going to be like a river, or just entirely like what's happening here. So to go with the theme of like the lush cavey overgrowth vibe, I've decided to come up with a little bridge that it's a big tree. Now, I've gotten some comments from some other crafters that the leaves on the tree don't look the greatest. And you know, I know that. I know it's very symmetrical. It's very domey. You know, it doesn't look natural in that sense. It's not whimsically enough. But I thought it looked like cartoony cutesy in that sense, where it was kind of different. That not a lot of trees are actually built this way. They're built more organically to look like natural trees. And I figured that this would be a better idea. But many people are just, you know, completely against it. So after talking with a couple of other people, that I'm not going to be doing the leaves today. Even with a little droopiness that adds a little bit of whimsicalness to it. So we're going to be doing the little droopy bridges, and we're going to be building the tree. So it's going to look a little out of place for a while until we can figure out a better design, which another member on the server is on the committee for Craftyville for this season, Izzy, and she said that she wanted to try to work on something. So we're going to let her try to make some better leaves for this tree. So we're going to at least get the rope bridges in, because not a lot of people are rocking elytras right now. Not many people want to be doing elytras right off the bat, so that's okay. That is completely okay. Babs, what's going on? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I know you've been chatting actually on here because you're AFKing at the gold farm right now. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I know it could be better. I was getting kind of upset with Axiom trying to design it and everything, but you know, it is what it is. Worst case scenario, maybe I do it, maybe I don't do it, and then we just like remove it and do something different. But I thought it would be just kind of more of like a funny thing, just like, you know, a nice looking tree with the rope bridge kind of theme to it, and then just like, oh, a completely out of place just leaf structure. So I mean, it is what it is. See, that's the thing though, like, doesn't need to be organic, but you know, other people think that, so I'm not going to do the leaves. I've just decided right now I'm not doing the leaves today. We're just going to build the tree. We're going to build the pathways. Lily, what's going on? Hey. So for starters, I spent some time actually gathering up all of the resources needed for this, and I even put my first order in with cheese for dark oak, which I don't know if I didn't specify or just lack of communication in that sense. I think I didn't really specify, honestly, so it's bad on my part that I actually needed 3.5 shulkers full of dark oak full logs, not just the regular logs. So after she had gotten me 3.5 shulker boxes full of the regular dark oak, I crafted them all down to what I actually needed to be the full face logs, and I ended up having to get some more dark oak. And then I got all of the other materials needed, which even got the leaves, which it took so long to actually get a shulker box full of the flowering azalea leaves. That took even longer than the normal leaves, because of course, like on a normal azalea tree, this is the mass leaf that spawns. The flowering ones, they don't spawn a whole lot. It's like a handful in comparison to 30 of the non-flowering azalea leaves. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave these leaves behind just for the time being, and we're going to make sure that we have all of these other materials needed, and we're going to get started working on the tree. That is going to be what's happening. I just want to make sure that I set my status. And of course, I did set up a little thing here in case that my schematic, I had to like unload it for some reason or something happened and it didn't stay loaded in from the times of like popping on and off and everything. So I made sure to place these little markers here so that way nobody would remove them. And I knew that when I loaded up the schematic, because as you can see, it is a fairly big schematic here. Yeah. So this is going to be the start of the infrastructure. And like I said, this area, this plateau right here is where the bridge is going to be to lead us this way. And that's what's going to be happening. What is Babs and Cheese doing? Are you going to play with them today? Babs is AFK. And I'm pretty sure Cheese is also... No, she's doing her thing. I think she's actually working on a wood farm today, potentially. So, first things first is that I know that we're going to be needing the glow lichen, and we're also going to be needing all of this dark oak, because that is what the tree is made out of. So we're going to need that, and then this shulker box is for the pathway blocks for this part of the bridge. So now we need to change our layers here to do single layer, and now we're just going to get crack-a-lackin'. I'm getting this going, which actually I'm going to dump these seeds in here, and I'm going to make sure to keep these on me, which I'm not going to need my pickaxe for some time. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to need my pickaxe at all for this build. Ender chest, we'll just kind of plop her right there. Sup Queen, whoa, Walt's jumping in here. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Need to AFK a bit and then wait for Cheese to make her farm so I get my stuff for the big tower. Me and Q will have this season for all of our shops. Ooh, that's exciting. By the way, Q, you owe me at least 90 diamonds for the wood. Yeah. Have a great stream. Thanks, Skirm. Thanks, Skirm. Hey, in due time, Babs, diamonds will be flowing. Once we get the tower in, it's going to be a lot easier. Jumping in, you just woke up. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. How you feeling with the whole time change? I'm loving that. You kind of have an idea for the shops? Honestly, if our... did I actually set it up? Okay, so I was able to put easy place mode on. It's just so that way this can go a little bit smoother. And actually, am I supposed to be putting... Oh, yeah. All right. So we do need to go down just a little layer here. But I think this... Yeah. Why don't we have one dump chest for each floor, and then a golem will sort items into the chests with the different stuff, so it seems like customers. Ooh. I want 20 hours of night when there is snow on the ground. You hate it. Yeah. And we have one dump chest. We have one dump and chest for each floor, and then a golem will sort the items into the chests with the different stuff. Ooh, yes. Okay, okay. Now I know what now I know what you're saying. Okay. I think I did this right to where it's... Things aren't really in the way, and that I was able to actually, like, really utilize the terrain that was already down here to make the tree look actually, like, in the ground. Which I'm wondering if actually this leaf litter is going to be a problem. Which, I mean, by all means, if I can save on some of this dark oak for future projects and stuff, by all means, and I can work with the terrain that's already here and I don't have to do a lot of terraforming, then that is great. I think that's going to be the case here. So what if we did this, Babs? What if we had, like, little checkout counters, essentially? And we would have our mass dump chest there. Basically, we would just run in, dump it. whatever, and then the copper golems just start kind of sorting it behind the little cash register thing. And then we can obviously just have random, like, we can just have a couple of golems just randomly about throughout the shop. Name your sword Babs' Bay, but my sword is the Slapper 9000. All right. So I guess now we got to do that, right? We got to name it Babs' Bay. Okay. This tree is going to be in the way, so we got to get rid of this. Oh my god, you're something else, Babs, I tell you. And I was even smart that when I designed this in the creative test world, that I made sure to place down glow lichen in the schematic so that way I knew where I was placing the glow lichen to prevent any mobs spawning. Love that for you guys. Name it now. Cheese was slain by Babs' Bay. Oh my god, yeah, that'd be great. I do want to set up an event at some point with everybody on the server to do like a PvP event in a sense, to gather up heads of all the other players, of the crafters here on the server, for like all the armor stand statue stuff, so that way it's not just random mob heads, that it's actually us as armor stand statues, which I think would be really, really, really cool. All right, and I think we're just going to do this just to fill in that section, because that'll work just fine. All right, I will rename my sword after we get this layer in. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need. Nah, I'm doing pretty good on logs right now. But all right, let's go rename our sword. Had the cool name, the Slapper 9000, but now we got to name it Babs' Bay. I'll even add a little my to it, because obviously, Babs, you're my bay. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we done did that. Now I can add in a couple perfect. I know. This is the thing that I hate about easy place, but it helps out. As we break crap, we can just replenish that. All right, cool. So we're cooking along. We're getting things going here. We're getting it going. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Easy place mode on. I thought with the new update of Light Manica that it was supposed to do like the actual like orientation of blocks for you, like stairs, slabs, and all of this sense. Or has it just not been tweaked on the server side just yet? Cheese will be so happy with having the bridges. I know, she's not even doing elytra yet. Hi, stream. Fivo says hi to the stream, everybody. Everybody say hi to Fivo. Or better yet, Fivo, why don't you get into the stream? And why don't you say something in the stream? I mean, who says that tree leaves have to be organic? Why does it have to be organic? That's my question. I know it's more appealing to the eye. It looks nicer, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, like, really, like, do we need to? Does it have to be? Why can't it look a little whimsy in that sense, in that cartoony-esque vibe? They want to match everyone else? I guess so. I thought it'd be a little bit different, a little bit more unique-ish to have it be domey. Blaze, welcome on in, guy. How are you doing? How you doing? We are working on a bridge in Craftyville today, in case you missed the beginning of the stream here. It is literally looking like a tree with some droopy rope bridges sitting around, connecting from there to the tree, from the tree over that way, and then even from the tree to that way, because some people are taking things on the slower side this season. They don't have elytras just yet, which is fine. You can go at your own pace here. You don't have to get things done. You can do storytelling, you can do lore, you can do whatever you want. The sky's your limit here on the Craftiverse server. You don't have to get netherite gear in the first couple of weeks. You don't need to get full diamond enchants. You don't need to get fully geared out. You don't need to build farms. If you want to just build like little things here and there and do story and just hang out with peeps, by all means, that's what Craftiverse is all about, is just creating memories, helping each other grow their own brands, and the brand together as a whole of Craftiverse. Which, by the way, for the VOD on the YouTube side, link down below of application to join us for Season 3. We have applications open all season long. So fill out the Google form that's linked down there below. The only requirements is obviously being 18 years and older. Obviously, creating content, having some sort of content to back you up, a Discord account, of course, because that's the only way that we communicate between everybody. We have our own private community Discord with everybody. And obviously a microphone. That's the biggest thing. And this is a very verbal community. We are very verbal in the sense. We don't... Ooh, is this where things start to get solid? Ooh. They do. You know what? For statistic purposes, we're doing it. I got all the resources needed. I have all of them. We're doing it. When I get to the branches part, I know how I'll be able to save on logs, but you know what? I'm dedicated. I'm committed to this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it all the way through. I could have been smarter with it, but you know what? That's just not how PastQ is. PastQ can do some things that are smart, like the glow lichen, just to prevent mob spawning, so that way people don't be like, oh, you know, the tree's not lit up. Oh, there's mob spawning everywhere. Oh, it keeps blowing up. Also, I didn't want it to blow up either on my own behalf, because... Which means we got to do something about our door. Like, we got to do something. Well, I mean, probably just lighting it up. I did light up around the base of, like, the roof and stuff, so that way we weren't getting kamikazed by mobs, so that helps. Hang their heads in the dome. I mean, yeah, that is an idea. Could do that. Could do that. Although, you know, it would be cool to keep the dome, and then we could do, like, a little PvP arena in the top of it. So that way when you're looking up at it, at least it looks nice inside, but then you go up to the next level and it's like a little PvP arena. See, maybe we can incorporate the dome. 50% discount on your first blow. Hey, we should change that. Why? Why do we need to change it? It's funny. We did it last time. Why can't we just keep it? It matches the persona of the BB's company, Babs. And I think we said it at a... Like, I think it was like the way we said it and how fast we said it, that it's not, like, directed or, like, really caught in that sense or taken that way. I think it's funny. It's like, it's pushing the boundaries. I think it's great. We should definitely leave it. I love it. Our little infomercial for the bibbies. All right, just to double check, did I miss any glow like it? Of course I did. Are there any other spots that I missed? I don't think so, because I did my best to keep them flat. So that way it would be easy to see and easy to place, that it would be like, obviously, like when I would be working on this layer, and if there was a glow lichen there, then I would place it. I don't think I actually have any that are vertically. Ooh. King's okay. Definitely after the stream today. I mean, we're at least going to get this done. We might have some time to do some other things. I want to work on some street lamp designs for Craftyville. Because the last time that I spoke with Izzy, I think she's going to try to do some, like, rough markings of, like, where pathways are going to go. So that way we can start getting actual pathways put into Craftyville. And I mentioned that, like, I can try to come up with some, like, light designs and stuff for, like, street lamps in the sense, but to go with the theme of the whimsical forest. I think that's just what we're going to call it, is whimsical forest. Instead of, like, overgrown, lush cavey. I think we'll just go whimsy. The whimsy Craftyville. Alright, not missing anything in the chat. Yeah, I think whimsical. Whimsy Craftyville is the theme. It has a nicer ring to it. And it's easier to say. And it's shorter. The whimsy Craftyville. How's everybody doing today? Do the clocks go ahead for all of you over across the pond and everything? The whimsical forest with a full geometric dome? Yeah, of course, man. Of course. And we've already gone through one shulker box of dark oak. Which, I mean, honestly, we're about halfway on the trunk of the tree. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to turn Easy Place back on. But no, do we not like the idea of doing the dome just for it to be, like, out of place? So out of place that it's in place in that way, and then we could do, like, a little platform up in the ceiling. So, like, when you're walking through the tree, it actually looks nice inside the tree when you get under the dome. And we could do a little, like, PvP arena up in the top of it or something. Just, you know, basically like swords. Not, like, actually, like, blowy-uppy PvP. Just making sure I didn't miss any glow lichen, because I'd hate to get all the way up. Why you called me a cheater? Babs, why you called me out as a cheater, huh? Easy Place. It's not cheating. Listen, it's so that way I can have enough time to do the bridge and stuff. It's a part of the tool of the mod. If this was time-lapse, I would still be using it. Still, to that point. This is to save me time. I like it. It definitely takes the ease away, so that way I don't have to really focus and zone out, that I can just ramble on and I can talk and engage with you guys. Ooh, actually, did I miss any glow lichen? That's the thing. Let's run around, double check, a Rooney. Uh-huh. I typically miss one or two. That's okay. Maybe I'll just go around the edge, so that way I know that if I see any, then I can nab it, and then we'll work on filling the center instead of doing center out. I think in the 2 weeks of the server, you have more playtime than on Season 2. I know, it's crazy, like not even including like any of the AFK time that I've done so far, which for the really inefficient chicken cooker that I designed. Just that way we could try to sell some food and provide food to the crafters. It was so bad. Like AFK'd all night for like 7 stacks of cooked chicken. It was bad. Well, I also didn't max out the, where the chickens sit on the hoppers to feed the eggs into the dispenser, because I didn't want to lag out the server, because it was you know, within Craftyville, so didn't want it to be constantly generated and cause lag. Trying to be lag friendly this season, you know? I also took a little break last night from gathering up resources, and I did a little bit of netherite mining. I got some ancient debris. I guess ancient debris mining, not netherite mining, or whatever. So I got some netherite, and I even got us a template babs, so we can get netherite on our gear. I just wanted to blow some stuff up, just kind of relax, and ended up becoming a very stressful mining adventure because apparently zombified piglins get mad at you when TNT blows up in their vicinity and they take damage from it, even though you did not directly actually inflict damage on them because you triggered the TNT. So I guess their brain is like, ooh, you blew it up. I'm now mad at you. It is all your fault. So that was fun for a while, trying to have to mess around with that. And also I kind of lost my way a couple of times trying to get back. Because I started with one tunnel, kept running into lava lake. So I kind of like went, like did a 90-degree turn and then looped myself back. And then I went back. So it was like kind of like basically making H shapes. Yeah. I think teaming up was a great decision for us. Oh my god, yes, Babs. Honestly, it was. Because, like, we got the gold farm done. We got a hoglin farm. Like, we did, like... Oh, we got a nice base going. We're helping each other to get things done so we can, you know, spend time to play and also to make the content, to get things done, help each other to gather up resources, especially with our time zone difference. Oh, it's just making it's making, honestly, it's kind of giving me this new spark again. The like fresh take on like loving Minecraft again. That like, you know, like every, you know, new fresh world, that 2-week phase, like it's like that, but like double in the feeling of the endorphins of like with us teaming up and working on things together and planning things and helping each other gather the resources, and that knowing that whenever I'm on and you're not, that I'm checking the shops, making sure that we need to like restock and grabbing our paydays and then vice versa. At least that's what I hope that you do. So you check the shops and, you know, just take the diamonds, and I'm the one that is the one refilling the stock. Also, we can AFK at 2 points if needed. Like, I go in the nether, you go to the industrial district. That is true. And I mean, we even got lucky, too, with the placement of our industrial district to where our nether portal is to be able to do the hoglin farm and the golden barter farm literally on opposite sides of our access to the roof. I haven't tried it yet, but I think, honestly, if we AFK... I think if we AFK at the hoglin farm, it'll also activate the gold and barter farm, I believe. I don't know if it's out of, like, redstone distance, the redstone rendering distance, and it might mess that up. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't think it would. It might just be out of range for the red. Maybe not. But also, with us being at the gold farm, I'm pretty certain that it does not generate the hoglin farm. But even that design of the hoglin farm is not to be for, like, mob cap in that sense. As, like, it doesn't reach the mob cap before they fall into the chute and die. That's why they're able to, like, basically, like, quote-unquote, hyper spawn. Is one, because of the size of the allowed spawning spaces, and just how big the platform is. Because I would rather have a constant stream of like 2 to 3 than have 10 spawn and then wait 5 minutes for another 10 to spawn. Because at least that way, there's just a constant flow of it. And so that way it's not pulling a lot of resources to be like, ooh, generating this amount of entities every so often. It's a constant flow. All right, now we gotta go grab some more dark oak. Think that we need to make an AFK spot in the middle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could even do that. Yeah, but we already have way too much pork chop and leather. Yeah, that is true. All right, we are now into our third shulker, which means we should only be using half, honestly. And once we start getting to the branches, I'll also be able to save us on dark oak because of my experience from season 2 of building that big tree. Which this one was actually my design. It's not even from, this isn't a build that I stole from Cheese, or acquired access to, I should say. Cheese was nice enough to allow me to use her design for the tree last season. But this one's all me. That's probably why it actually doesn't look the greatest. But it was all me just trying to figure out Axiom on my own and just kind of knowing little bits of like what certain things, what the names of them, of the tools and everything mean. You know what I didn't think is that you can silk touch pathway blocks, right? Is that a thing? Like you can silk touch the pathway blocks? Is that actually a thing? Should be able to? Yeah, I think so. I didn't actually do it. I just grabbed dirt and grabbed the amount of dirt that I needed that I know is going to be for the pathway block. So like as I, so as I go to place everything else, it'll be easier in my brain that I'll know that, okay, these spots are for the pathway blocks. Should be time to stretch because Babs redeemed 250 spuds. I also realized that I had my chair set up way too freaking high. And that's why like I kept like slouching and slouching over constantly. And like I actually dropped it down a little bit so it's even actually a better level. And it also helps my wrist with my whole carpal tunnel issue. Which, yeah, that started flaring up a few months back, and it's gotten better over time. I mean, I've learned to deal with it, basically. Just basically push through and deal with it. All right, now we're getting into the branches. I think we're almost actually to... I think we're actually almost to the top part of... Yep, we're getting there, because that's the start of the whimsy leaves that droop down. Yep, we're now at the top, so now we'll be going around and working on the branches, which it'll probably be easier to do the outside, to do like one branch at a time and then come back down and then do the other branch. So it's like, I know this part here, I know that I can be able to kind of like work around. Work around the edge, and this is how I know that I'll be able to save myself on some of these dark oak logs. Especially if that way, if we need to like tweak a couple of things here and there, then we can. And we'll have the extra, and also for future things. All right. Where are we at? We are now on here. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I don't know why you didn't place on the log, but whatever. I will say I did have a lot of fun actually designing this tree in the creative test world and getting to play around with the Axiom mod, which if it wasn't for that mod, this would have taken me so much longer and it would have more than likely never been done in a timely manner. Like literally, like I started designing it yesterday and even Babs can vouch for it, that designed it and then started gathering resources yesterday. And we're now building it today. So I think like with the whole factor of Babs and I teaming up this season has been really nice in that aspect and given me the drive to really want to make sure that I'm getting things done and wanting to do things and staying consistent in that sense. So just like to do like a huge shout out to Babs. Plus, to be honest, I think actually with us teaming up this season has made both you and I extremely efficient with making sure that things are getting done. We're getting the resources needed, looking into what we need and stuff. Also, Craftyville in general was a great idea. Yeah. And having committees, it's almost like that's a great idea too. That we tried doing, that I tried bringing up last season. It was like, oh, no, no, no. But now that we have the committees this season, it's like, oh, yeah, great idea, right? Like it being at the shopping district. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That part of it. Yeah, because it like, you know, honestly, it makes me really want to stay here. And like my mega base is literally going to be right there overlooking, right? I think. Yeah, that flat stone plateau. We don't need our F3 screen. Yeah, that stone flat plateau is, which I got to bring it down a bit just so that way the clouds don't mess up the build really. But that is where, you know, the base is going to be. All right. Now things are starting to get a little bit wonky wanky. All right, now we got to bring it back down and we're going to start working on the next branch. So we got one branch done. I am glad that we did do that. Just to add more onto it with the factor of like having the shopping district be like right next door slash mixed into Craftyville. I think if we had a better location, we would have been able to like completely combine the two. So that way, like the central area of the shopping district would be Craftyville. But of course, just due to how terrain is in some areas, it just didn't kind of like really work out in that favor exactly. But with it literally being connected and next door, and you constantly seeing things being popped up there, it makes you want to continue to work over here to get things done. At least for me, is that making sure that we're getting in some roads, we're getting in some lights, you know, beautifying it. Like, you know, we obviously could have ignored this and not done a bridge to, you know, go across any direction. We could have just kept the footpath there, called it quits. But you know what? No, it's not what we're about here. We're not about cutting corners. We're here about being whimsy and having fun and making things out of the ordinary. All right, so I need a log there. It is bad that I don't want to start. Is it bad that I don't want to start my mega base because I want to stay in Craftyville? No, it's not bad. Like I told myself that I'm going to stick to Craftyville. I'm locking myself into Craftyville until the end of March. I'm going to be focused on my committee to get Craftyville done. Well, not done, just working at it, because it'll never be done. There'll always be things to add to it to make it more beautiful. Because again, like in my mindset, I'm keeping it of the sense of like, well, this could be an adventure map for somebody someday, and also to like look back on it and as a world download. It's like, you know, I want it to look really good. So that way when we reminisce and we can do like something cool with like, oh, we're going back to the season 3 world, and we look at like, oh wow, we did this. We, you know, look at where we've come and what we're doing now. Plus, it's almost like, you know, in my brain that it's like if somebody was to, you know, fan base in that sense, quote unquote, that they downloaded the world, got, you know, we were able to figure out how to do that, then they'd be able to enjoy and see all of our cool things and actually have things be finished. But I told myself that I'm locking myself into Craftyville until the end of March, and then that's when I'm going to start gathering resources and just start plucking away at my mega base. Because honestly, I think, like, you brought up a good point the other day, Babs, that I think is going to work in my favor as well in a weird way, is that my mega base is just going to be more of a facade, really, type of ordeal. I don't think I'm actually going to live there, to be completely honest with you. Maybe have some certain things there, just like personal, whatever, or like trophies in that sense. Jesus crazy. She's still been doing all of the wood farm she's been doing all the wood farm at once. She's not doing like one pod at a time. She's doing the whole thing right now. I saw that on the blue map. She's over in our industrial district area, and I'm assuming, yeah, to build her tree farm there, which I'd rather have central location for farms in that sense, honestly. Because in that way, they're not loaded across the server. It's just like one area. But doing the whole thing at one, oh my god, jeez. When it comes to stuff like that, Cheese is just an animal with it. Oh my, I'm missing some chunks. We can't be having holes in the tree. Yeah, and when she AFK, it'll load all of our farms as well. Yeah. Well, we gotta get our kelp farm up and going. And the kelp smelter. So I mean, like, even if we got like just a simple pod set up for the kelp, just to generate the kelp, so that way we have some backlog of it, and then once we get the dried kelp mechanic in there to fuel our super smelter. Also, are we just going to hire Shroom to build us a super smelter this season, so we don't have to worry about it? Like what he did for you in season 2, Babs? Because, I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for hiring Shroom services to do the super smelter. Or we can try to come up with our own. Try to build our own in that sense. He does have the nice design, and he knows how to build it like the back of his hand, so we wouldn't have to worry about anything. Plus, it's kind of like, you know, in real life in the sense of like, you know, I have the money. I could pay somebody that knows what they're doing to do this. Or I could save myself the few bucks and try to do it myself, but then it'll take twice, 3 times as long and potential errors along the way. So it's like, would I rather just pay somebody to do it, or would I rather do it myself and then get frustrated aroo with it? That's the question. Which I'm all for just paying Shroom. Which, I mean, of course, we could even work out a deal in that sense of where it's like, because he's going to need quartz, and he's going to need gold for his redstone shop. So we could be like, hey, instead of paying you diamonds, we'll pay you resources for your stock of your shop. I think that could bode well for us. All right, we are on the final branch now. But that leaf block in the corner was the creeper. Oh, dude, it's going to look so good from our base. It's just going to look good in general. All right, we are now on the final shulker box. Now let's just see here. If because the schematic called for 3.5, and I overrounded a little bit just for easy numbers. So that way, if an oopsie occurred, then I would have obviously the backlog, the backup supplies. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Why your vape doesn't vape? It does vape. It's just a small one. It's not a big one, so it doesn't produce a massive cloud. But it still delivers what I need. We're getting to the top now. So by saving on the branches, I'm just curious now, because I spent some time getting dark oak on my own after Cheese had gotten me some. So I actually only needed, which I could have saved even more. So it's honestly looking like I only needed 2.5, 2 3/4 of a shulker box of the full dark oak logs. And I'm pretty sure I didn't miss glow lichen anywhere. So that's good. Good. We can throw that in there. Now we're going to be needing... We're not going to be needing our shovel. But we are going to need our pickaxe. And we're going to need these blocks. And all of these. So I think it's going to be easier to start... from that point. I'm going to grab my scaffolding. I mean, you could have the logs for Izzy if she wants to tweak the branches for her leaves. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, definitely going to be doing that. But obviously got an overabundance of this, so... we're going to start right here. Then obviously where the path blocks are is where I'm going to... I have to manually put in the dirt. And then we're going to make it our path blocks. Oop. All right, turn you back on. Do that. Now we're going to go up. Going to get our pathway blocks in here. And now we go up a bit. Easy place back on. Which isn't there supposed to be something here? More than likely. So you know what? We're going to throw in a coarse dirt block. Just because of how I have the layout, honestly, of this section. And clearly there's things missing here. Why is there... Huh. Alright, well, that's just weird. Some things are missing. I'm assuming probably just for... potentially... path? Maybe. I was also trying to think of a way to figure out, how I was going to go about making it look like more of a rope bridge and have it be connected. And for the life of me, my brain just could not figure it out. So I was thinking of like having stuff connected from the branches to the ground and then... But of course, because this is like on a slanted angle in a way. I don't know. We can actually get rid of this now because I'm pretty sure I connected it, right? We got to connect it over to the other side. We got to connect it up. Cheese, what's going on?
Building a tree farm.
We're getting there.
I can't reach my base.
Almost. We're almost there.
Yep. And
Oh my. I'm really happy with this, honestly, that like, you know, getting things done in an efficient manner, being able to do things. Oh. And how like this turned out, like especially like the droopiness of this, which of course was all the help from the Axiom mod, but still like, oh my. It's just making these things so much easier. So you and you and you are path blocks. You're a path block. You're a path block. Did I miss any? That is coarse dirt. Which I know we still got to work on over there and beautifying that and making it more whimsy. For that footpath over there, I just knew that people would be really happy for this to be done first, because at least there is a path. Okay, there's at least an easy way to traverse to the shopping district from that location. So, dirt, path block, then dirt, path block, path block. Why is that a block of dirt? Oh, okay. Whatever.
Ooh.
Oh, you scared me. Don't worry, I'll make sure to connect your side first.
You better.
I will. So that way you have a straight shot from your place back over here to Craftyville. Don't worry.
I'm still ender pearling over this gap.
Not for much longer. For like another 10 minutes, you won't have to enter pearl ever again in Craftyville.
To be fair, I think it's kind of sick, like to go like all the way to the tip of the ship and then just ender pearl all the way across. Wood's gonna be in stock very soon.
I hope so. I hope so.
Soon. Very soon.
How much longer you got?
I mean, I need to get some lava to get the bone meal farm rolling, but after that, the tree farms shouldn't take too long to build.
Ooh. So like 10 minutes? All right, cool.
I can't guarantee anything. Might
All
be
right.
another hour, might be 2 hours. Depends on how well it goes.
I should go fine. You're a pro at this. All right, now the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on. We need to get this done for cheese. We got to get this done for cheese. The pressure is on. Because then if cheese is happy, everybody's happy. And then we'll have wood in stock at the shop. We'll be able to put in more orders for wood so we don't have to manually harvest wood anymore. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right, and now my okay. Oop. Now we need to find the lowest point, which is there. We'll get cheese's side in. Also, because this is the shortest and the easiest side to put in. That side is going to be the hardest because it's longer and it's more droopy. All right, and now we can go towards the tree. Oh. Oh, the mud blocks, the sounds of them are just, oh, it's just satisfying. Okay, get a dirt path in here. Even though I know this is gonna get covered, but gotta follow the schematic. Path block here, path block here, path block here. And we are just actually about done with cheese's side. Almost done with cheese's side. Regular dirt right there. Oop, oop. Oop. All right. So now we have a direct path from Craftyville. Actually, almost to Cheese's. Need to, I need to grab my axe. And you know what? We're going to walk it. We're going to walk it. You know, we're building a bridge, so we're going to walk. We're going to use it. I've spent the time gathering the resources, building it, and we're going to walk it. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm not going to fly. I need my axe. Because you can do measurements and also and oh, okay. Talking about tree farms. That's what they're talking about. Okay, this tree needs to go, and this tree needs to go. Is it connected to the other ones? No, perfect. And now we can get this side in. I think honestly that side is what's going to be harder the other way, going from this tree over to that way. Because I think there's actually a lot more path blocks in that bridge. That's not supposed to be there, and that's not supposed to be there. And now the question is how does the rest of the schematic line up with over here? I think pretty sure I had it stop here and we curved. I mean, this can be done at a later time, of course. I mean, we don't need to get this really set in stone in over here. So I didn't set up any scaffolding over here, but I am going to be needing it over on this side. So I can find the lowest point and then I can start building up. So where is my lowest point? Oh, this one's the lowest point. Okay. And then I guess just right here. I think one more will do it, so we're not glitching into it. Perfect. Yeah, there's a lot more of the path blocks over on this side just because it's longer and it's more droopy. Babsel's redeemed 100 spuds for saying that I look thirsty, so I need to be taking a drink. All right, let me finish this, and then I'm going to take my drink-a-rooney. Delicioso. All right. Turn easy place mode off. And now we're going to go in here. Put in our path blocks. Which honestly, I can just run around because it's going to show the red box that this is the wrong block in the spot. But in reality, it is the right block for this spot. Now I just got to hit all the blocks that are red. Make my life easier. Perfect. Now, I guess we'll go this way, because this way is going to be shorter and it's going to be faster. And then we'll work our way back to the tree. We get in this way. All right, now we're going to turn easy place back on. No, we're not, because we're going to put in all of our dirt. And we are going to path block it. Turn easy place mode back on. I was just like so confused by that. And now this is where it ends. All right, now I got to come back over here. That was interesting. Okay. Dirt, dirt, dirt. That's supposed to be coarse dirt, dirt, and dirt. To do our path of runes. Don't hit the orange ones, hit the red ones. Hey. We're almost connected up to the tree. Just got a couple of more blocks to go. Dirt and dirt. Pretty sure this is the second to last layer. We're almost there. It is indeed. Oh, for a second there, I thought I was missing a piece of glow lichen, and I'm like, oh, what? Nope. And then that's that. There's actually... Nope. I lied. There's going to be this... That could have been bad. That could have been bad. All right. Now we just got to do this section here. Get all of this filled in. And now we got to just put in the dirt and pathify it. And I think we did it. I also have a lot of leftover resources because of the factor that I over-rounded up. I went by halves instead of being like to the decimal. So that way I knew that we had, what is this block supposed to be? It's not supposed to be grass. Ah. Supposed to be mud brick. Okay. So that way I knew that we'd have extra in case of whoopsies in that sense, any mistakes. And it's looking like I missed a big chunk right there. All right, I gotta grab the dark oak. We gotta fix that little hole right there. But other than that, oh my, the bridge is done. Except for the leaves. That's kind of what's making it not look like a tree right now. Am I missing other spots? I don't think so. It seems to be okay. I could have probably smoothed that section out a little bit more to make it a little bit more appealing to the eye, which we're going to turn this placement off just that way we can fly around a little bit smoother. Oh yeah. We're golden. We're golden. I am going to have to reset the router. I mean, my ping is okay. That probably would help. I think it's been like a week or so since I've done it, so it's a good thing to do. Oh, I'm excited with this. This is truly amazing. And if we can stand off to the side and just like look at it in its full glory. Feel like just missed something. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. Might honestly like change out the glow lichen for like, maybe we could like hide some moss carpets with some light sources underneath it or something. Then it'd be a bit too bright. I think maybe if I move them to be vertical, it might be better, but I had them horizontal, so that would be easier to place. But no, this is... Craftyville is slowly getting there. It's slowly getting to that beautiful point. We still got to add some details into here. We need to fix the terrain coming down around here, which I've laid out some slabs here to mark out some pathways, especially... Oh, I didn't do it this way. But yeah, because there's going to be a way up this way to connect going back to Craftyville or going to Atma's base. And then this was like a little idea of like maybe like a little footpath because of, you know, with Atma living here that he doesn't want to traverse too far, that he wants to get down to this pathway. And instead of, you know, obviously logically just like jumping down here, that there's an actual like little beaten footpath within the stone wall here that he takes just to kind of like skirt around and to avoid it and then get down here. We still got to add in the block variants into here for the texturing and the detail, changing out some things. The spruce planks right here are to mark out a doorway for a fellow new crafter. His name's Pythonix. And so that spruce planks are there so that way he knows where to put a door. So that way I don't mess up like the terraforming around it. That will mess up his redstone stuff. So that way we're on the same page in that sense. So now we have the connection from here, and then was thinking because of like this little cool alcove kind of section-ish that we could do like a water feature up here with a waterfall coming down to a pond. We'll have a little bridge that kind of comes up. So just like a little wooden trinket kind of thing, you know, maybe just like what we have over there at the oh, right there at the nether portal. Similar sense, just kind of coming up to here. And then like some like rock faces here with like the water going down. But that's even if we fill this with water. That's the thing too, is like, what are we going to do with this valley? So then now we got the pathway heading into the shopping district, which is now up to the shopping district committee of what they're going to do for pathways. So like my pathways for Craftyville stop-ish, actually pretty much like right here. So then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to make the path to like Cheese's little section there. And then coming around to go to Fallen, and then linking up over here to the bridge. Which, you know what's funny that I realized? That I should probably grab some of that extra glow lichen that I have and just sprinkle them onto the bridges. Because I just totally realized that mobs can indeed spawn on the bridge. And I'm thinking if we kind of hide it on like the dirt blocks and stuff, it'll help. And even maybe like there on the tree just to kind of hide it. I'm going to have to buy some, get some more from Neroko's shop here. Which I probably could have asked him to donate some materials, but you know what? I'd rather pay for them and use them. Especially when, like, I may or may not end up with extras for my own personal gain, so. Yeah, I just saw mobs spawning on the bridge. So we're going to sleep this night away. Gonna run over here to Neroko's shop, and we are going to get some more glow lichen, which is 2 diamonds per stack. Ender chest. We should only need to buy 1 stack. Oh, is this a purple shop? 2 diamonds for 4 pieces. Oh, it's a pop-up ender chest shop. Oh, 2 diamonds for 4? Dude, okay, yeah, because I always lose my, I'm always losing my ender chests. Alright, so we're going to throw it on the course dirt here. Basically, like, each section, we're going to kind of sprinkle a couple bits. And, of course, this one's a bit more elongated, so we're going to kind of, we're going to spread this out a little bit more. That should be okay. The other thing too is like could just add some light. I didn't think about it, but we could just add in some like street lamps in that sense to this. Which whatever design that we can kind of come up with to attach to the pathway would be pretty cool. Just to be on that extra safer side of things, you know? So I want to make sure that we get Cheese's side covered. So we don't need her kind of popping down in here and then it blowing up. So we got up to here. I think we need a couple down here. We might need one in this corner and then over here. Potentially one there. Maybe right here. And then here. I think that'll do. We should be good in that sense. Okay, now I got to clean up my mess here. So I'm going to try to keep all of these things into here. And then everything that I've gathered from this mission. So we now have some shulker boxes to empty. That can stay as that. So then that one's going to stay the logs. That one is empty. That one is full of things. So we'll tuck that to the side. This one needs to be emptied. So we'll keep that in our hotbar right now, just so that way we can empty it. Now let's pick up our ender chest. And we can get rid of these markers because I no longer need them for the bridge. And then we could be able to start working on the rest of this terraforming in here and get something beautiful put in here. Maybe like a water fountain feature or something, which actually, oh man, I put the glow lichen in the ender chest. It's going to like sprinkle some in there because I know that some mobs like to spawn in there for some reason. So we're going to throw this down and then we're going to empty this chest. Yeah, we're dumping everything into here. All right. So now we have that empty. What is in here? The leaves. Yeah, we don't need the leaves right now. The glow lichen, that's what I want to grab right now because I want to put it into my skull. I really need to work on storage because my storage is just, I don't even have storage. I just have boxes full of crap. I guess right here, honestly. And then there. Here. Here. There. So at nighttime, this thing should kind of glow and it would be pretty to look at. But yeah, I know that Fivo's currently working on the frog shop, getting his froglight farm up and going. I was able to chat with him very late last night about it. So that'll be coming in the future. And then I think we'll nab up some of those froglights to use for light sources in the Craftyville area. Which I don't know if or when Izzy will be on today for me to be able to talk to her about giving her those couple of resources and stuff. Hey Lily, what's going on? We got the bridge done. Except for the leaves. Even had to add in some glow lichen on the bridge because I totally forgot to design lantern, like street lamps kind of a thing, lighting sources to prevent mobs from spawning. So kept that kind of in mind, especially when night started to appear and then there was monsters spawning all over the bridges. But we got the bridge connected from Craftyville to the center of the tree, from the center of the tree over to Cheese's side, entering the shopping district a little bit with Fallen right there. So it'd be cool to kind of figure out a road to go this way and then down this way. And of course, Skirm is all the way up there on the top of the knoll. So we got to figure out a pathway to get to him. So we now have a foot-friendly, more straight traverse pathways for people that are not using the elytras as early as most of us are. And I'm really impressed with it. I still think that the dome leaf would be great. Honestly, like if we just pop into here, render all above, I honestly still think that I think the dome would look really nice. I think 'cause it'd be so out of place. So out of place that it's so in place is my thing. Completely out of the place to be into place. But I'm not the only one in charge of the Craftyville committee and I'm basically just a part of it. It's not just me. Izzy is lending a hand in that department as well. So she wants to do something with the leaves from the last time that we spoke. So Lizzie can do the leaves. I did the tree, the bridge. We don't like the dome. Nobody likes it, but I like it. I think it's cool, but it is what it is. But now that I'm all said and done with this, I am going to unload this schematic because I no longer need it. I'm just so happy of how things are coming out, how things are being built and brought up, and I can't wait for the frog lights. Because I'm going to need the frog lights actually for our mega build. Which I'm kind of happy that Fivo's getting that kind of up and going. But yeah. So with all that being said, I am going to end the stream here. We got the bridge done. We got the tree done. We now have easy foot pathways to and from Craftiverse to the shopping district. And I was actually surprised that we were able to get it done this quick and this fast. I probably could have done it tomorrow night, but this was a surprise stream, so I just wanted to see how many people would pop in today for a little surprise thing. Anyway, tomorrow night we can do some more decorations and everything around the area of like the different footpaths and kind of maybe work on the actual terraforming there and we can even design some street lamp design, some lighting sources and everything for how we're going to light up Craftyville, because I think just hidden lighting is not the way to go. We need to actually have lights that are presented out and about to go with the theme of the whimsical Craftyville, which I'm very excited for. So tomorrow night, we're going to be working on more detailing around the area of Craftyville, connecting up some pathways and stuff, which I think at some point here in the future is going to start rough marking out some pathways so we can figure out. There's no ender chest at the ender chest store. Oh, that's crazy. But no, yeah, I'm excited. We're going to get things going. Things are going to get more beautiful. We're going to come up with light sources tomorrow night. We're going to work on extra detailing and everything. So that's what's going to be happening. And yeah, very excited. Well, thank you to everybody who was able to stop in. And of course, if you're watching this on the VOD on the YouTube channel, thank you for getting to this point, which of course, in the description down below, there is a link to join us for Craftiverse Season 3 because applications are open all season long, which of course, you just need to be 18 or older, have a microphone, Discord account, and have content creation pages of like Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and some sort of background to basically back yourself